Joining me now is Changhua Wu. She's the Executive Director of the Professional Association for China's Environment. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Well, as we've been seeing the summer rains and annual flood season already well underway in Beijing, we heard the word unprecedented so far. What do you think are the projections for this season?
Well, unprecedented has become the new normal in terms of word describing extreme weather events partly triggered by climate change. And scientists have been telling us with the global warming continue to intensify, we will be experiencing more and more, like more intensified and more frequent and the longer duration of natural disasters like extreme weather events, and flooding is the issue of the day we're talking about here. And so China happens to be one of the most vulnerable countries in the world that has been experiencing more and more extreme weather events. And the loss, as your report has been mentioning, if you look at the number of people impacted, and usually in hundreds of millions every year, and also if you look at the economic losses there, that's really unprecedented as well. In the meantime, I think the country is also shifting its focus, besides all the other things actually, also looking into the impacts on the ecosystem there as well. Human species is only one of the members of the Earth. We also need to look into other ecological sort of flora and fauna as well. So yes, time is here. It's very important that we really put the efforts together to adapt to climate change.
Well, for the first time ever, China has made climate change adaptation a national strategy. There's a name for it, the National Climate Change Adaptation Strategy 2035. What does this do, or what will it do?
This is the first time at the national level to roll out such a national strategy that's more systematic sort of thinking, deeply embedded in that process. And so, yes, as we're talking about here, in order to, we have to adapt. We have to become more resilient to natural disasters in order to manage or reduce the costs and the losses there. So the 2035 National Strategy on Climate Adaptation, as we said, is the first of its kind in China. And very importantly, it's looking into how to enhance technical capabilities in terms of monitoring, in terms of early warning or forecast, as well as emergency response. And so there's a whole system actually organized administratively nationwide there as well. In the meantime, there are a few other very important factors probably were not emphasized before. One is really looking into both ecological impacts as well as adaptation as well as social. And so if you look at the ecological perspective, more, specifically attention were paid to like land, water, fresh water, as well as ocean and coastal regions there. And from the social perspective, we need to look at the food and agriculture, public health, infrastructure, urban, among others there. So this is a sort of integrated strategy. In the meantime, we all know China is a large country, meaning we have many different, we call it bioregions there. And of course, economically, we will also integrate different regions into economic sort of regions there as well. So this very important moment actually to make sure on one side we protect those bioregions, to respect nature, to really utilize or enhance nature's ecosystem services there to help our resilience. But in the meantime, really to see the alignment of the bioregions and economic regions there as well. So that's why the national strategy specified very specific some 80 bioregions as well as some priority economic sort of regions or focuses there as well. And at the end of the day, it's very important that all the government agencies need to work with each other. That's clearly demonstrated there as well. One point I do want to add, it's great, it's noble for China to aim high, get to say 2035, we need to become a more resilient society or adaptive society. But we all know climate change is a global challenge. And so the success of China will be important, but also probably equally important, China needs to work with the global community to make sure we really mitigate climate change in the meantime, and trying to figure out how to enhance our resilience adaptivity together with the rest of the world.
All right, Changhua Wu, thank you so much for breaking it all down for us. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.